15 interesting facts about New Zealand. New Zealand is an island country in the Pacific Ocean. More specifically, New Zealand is located in the southwest Pacific Ocean, making it part of Oceania. It lies to the southeast of Australia and south of other Pacific island nations like Fiji, Tonga, and New Caledonia. New Zealand is known for its two main land masses, the North Island and the South Island, along with numerous smaller islands. Its unique geography, with active volcanoes, glaciers, mountains, and extensive coastlines, is a result of its position on the boundary of the Pacific and Indo-Australian tectonic plates. Number 1. First country to give women the vote. New Zealand holds the historic distinction of being the first self-governing country in the world to grant women the right to vote in parliamentary elections. This groundbreaking achievement took place in 1893, marking a significant milestone in the global movement for gender equality. The success of the suffrage movement in New Zealand was largely driven by the tireless efforts of activists like Kate Sheppard, who led nationwide campaigns, petitions, and public education efforts to advocate for women's political rights. The passing of the Electoral Act 1893 gave all New Zealand women a 21 and over the legal right to vote, although the right to stand for Parliament was not granted until later in 1919. This progressive step made New Zealand a trailblazer in the fight for women's suffrage and inspired similar movements around the world. Number 2. Home to the kiwi bird and people too. New Zealand is famously home to the flightless kiwi bird, a small, nocturnal creature with a long beak and hair like feathers. Though it's about the size of a chicken and similarly flightless, the kiwi is unique to New Zealand and has become a national symbol. Its distinctive nature and rarity have made it a beloved emblem of the country. In fact, New Zealanders themselves are affectionately known as Kiwis, proudly embracing the nickname as part of their national identity. Number 3. No land snakes. Think of New Zealand as a huge island fortress that's been cut off from every other landmass for over 80 million years. When the ancient supercontinent Gondwana broke apart, New Zealand drifted away, surrounded by thousands of kilometers of open ocean. Snakes, being poor long-distance swimmers and unable to raft across vast seas, never made that crossing. As a result, no snake species ever established itself on the main islands. Over time, New Zealand's ecosystems evolved without snakes, so native lizards, birds and insects filled every ecological niche that snakes might otherwise occupy. That snake-free status persists today. But it isn't just historical luck. New Zealand maintains some of the world's strictest biosecurity controls at its ports and airports to prevent accidental snake arrivals in cargo or passenger baggage. Even one stowaway snake could wreak havoc on ground nesting birds or endemic reptiles that lack defensive behaviors against such predators. In short, New Zealand's extreme isolation and ongoing vigilance have combined to make it one of the very few large land masses entirely free of native and even invasive land snakes. Number 4. Youngest country. Geologically speaking, New Zealand is one of the youngest land masses on Earth. Much of its striking and dramatic landscape has been shaped relatively recently, in geological terms, over the past 23 million years, by intense tectonic and volcanic activity located on the boundary between the Pacific and Australian tectonic plates. New Zealand sits in a geologically active zone known as the Ring of Fire. This has resulted in frequent earthquakes, mountain building processes, and ongoing volcanic eruptions that continue to reshape the land even today. The Southern Alps, which stretch along the South Island, are still rising due to the collision of the plates beneath them. Meanwhile, the North Island features active volcanic zones, such as the Taupo Volcanic Zone, home to some of the world's most explosive volcanic eruptions in recent history. The geothermal activity in places like Rotorua is a visible reminder of the molten forces still churning below the surface. Because of this ongoing geological dynamism, New Zealand's landscapes, from jagged alpine peaks and deep fjords to steaming hot springs and black sand beaches are not only visually stunning, but also a testament to the powerful natural forces that have shaped them in such a relatively short span of time. In the grand timeline of Earth's history, New Zealand is truly a geological newcomer, offering scientists a living laboratory to study the processes that form and transform continents. Number 5. Aotearoa. The land of the long white cloud. Aotearoa is the Maori name for New Zealand, and it is often translated as the land of the long white cloud. This name holds deep cultural and historical meaning for the Maori people, the indigenous Polynesian inhabitants of New Zealand. According to Maori oral traditions, the name was first given by early Polynesian navigators who arrived by waka canoe from the Pacific Islands. As they approached the islands, they reportedly saw a long, white cloud stretching across the horizon, an indication of land beyond the sea. In Maori cosmology, clouds carry spiritual significance and are often seen as signs or messages from the natural world. Geographically, the name is also fitting. New Zealand's unique position in the South Pacific often causes moisture-laden winds to create long, horizontal cloud formations that hover over the islands, especially over the mountain ranges. These cloud patterns can be seen from far out at sea, just as those early explorers would have seen them hundreds of years ago. Today, the name Aotearoa is widely embraced by both Maori and non-Maori New Zealanders. It appears in official documents, education, media, and everyday conversation. It reflects not only the natural beauty of the islands, but also the cultural heritage and identity of the nation. The name serves as a reminder of the Maori worldview and their deep connection to the land, sky, and sea. Number 6. Milford Sound, 8th wonder of the world. Located within the spectacular Fiordland National Park on New Zealand's South Island, is often referred to as the 8th wonder of the world, a title famously attributed to it by author Rudyard Kipling. This breathtaking natural wonder is actually a fjord, carved by ancient glaciers during the Ice Ages, and is renowned for its dramatic landscapes. Towering cliffs rise vertically from the dark waters, some reaching over 1,200 meters high, while countless waterfalls cascade down the rock faces. Most famously, the stunning Stirling and Bowen Falls. The area is rich in biodiversity, with lush rainforests clinging to steep rock walls, and a variety of wildlife including dolphins, seals, and even rare Fiordland crested penguins. Despite being one of the wettest places in New Zealand, the frequent rainfall only enhances its beauty, feeding the waterfalls and shrouding the cliffs in mist, creating a mystical, almost otherworldly atmosphere. Accessible by road, boat, or air, Milford Sound attracts visitors from around the globe who come to experience its serene cruises, kayaking adventures, and scenic hikes. It's a place where nature feels untouched, powerful, and profoundly awe-inspiring, truly deserving of its reputation as one of the world's most extraordinary natural landmarks. Number 7. More sheep than people. New Zealand has long been famous for its sheep, not just as part of its landscape, but also in terms of sheer numbers. For decades, the country had one of the highest sheep-to-human ratios in the world. At its peak in the 1980s, there were over 70 million sheep in New Zealand, compared to just about 3 million people. That's more than 20 sheep for every person. Although the numbers have dropped over the years, due to changes in farming practices, market demands, and land use, sheep farming remains a major part of New Zealand's agricultural economy. Today, the human population sits at around 5 million, while the sheep population hovers between 25 and 30 million. That still means there are roughly 5 to 6 sheep for every person living in the country. This quirky statistic has become a point of national identity and global curiosity. It's not uncommon to hear jokes or stereotypes linking New Zealanders with their woolly companions. Beyond the humor, though, it highlights the enduring importance of sheep farming to the nation's heritage and economy. Number 8. Hobbiton Movie Set. The Hobbiton movie set is one of New Zealand's most iconic and beloved tourist attractions. Located near the small town of Matamata on the North Island, this picturesque location gained worldwide fame as the primary filming site for the Village of Hobbiton in Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit film trilogies, based on the works of J.R.R. Tolkien. When scouting for the perfect location to bring the Shire to life, Jackson and his team selected this lush farmland for its rolling green hills and natural beauty, which closely matched Tolkien's descriptions. Originally constructed as a temporary set for The Lord of the Rings, the site was rebuilt with permanent materials for the Hobbit films, allowing it to become a lasting attraction for fans. Visitors today can explore over 40 Hobbit holes, including Bag End, the home of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins, as well as the Green Dragon Inn, the Party Tree, and other notable landmarks from the films. Guided tours provide behind-the-scenes stories and cinematic insights, making it a must-visit destination for film enthusiasts and fantasy lovers alike. Hobbiton offers a unique opportunity to step into Middle-earth and experience the magic of Tolkien's world in real life. Number 9. Home to the Key. The South Island of New Zealand is home to one of the world's most remarkable birds, the key, the only alpine parrot on the planet. These striking birds are known for their olive green plumage, bright orange underwings, and distinctive, curved beaks. But it's not just their appearance that sets them apart. Key are incredibly intelligent and curious, often compared to primates in terms of problem-solving abilities. Living in the harsh, mountainous environments of the Southern Alps, they've adapted to survive extreme weather, high altitudes, and rugged terrain. Their playful nature often brings them into contact with people, sneaking into backpacks, pulling at windshield wipers, or investigating ski lodges. While their antics are entertaining, they're also a reminder of the bird's sharp mind and complex social behavior. Sadly, key are now endangered, with threats including habitat loss, introduced predators, and past human conflict. Conservation efforts are ongoing to ensure that future generations can continue to marvel at these clever, charismatic birds in their wild mountain home. Number 10. Only to native land mammals. Before humans arrived, New Zealand had a very unique ecosystem. Unlike most countries, it had no native land mammals, except for two species of bats: long-tailed bat, Chaelenolobus tuberculatus, called Pekapika roa imbori; lesser short-tailed bat, Mystacina tuberculata, called Pekapika poto imbori. These were the only mammals that could fly across the ocean and establish themselves naturally. No other land mammals, such as rodents, deer, or predators, were present. That's because New Zealand is isolated and far from other land masses, making it hard for non-flying animals to reach it without human help. Over time, humans introduced a variety of mammals, like rats, stoats, possums, and livestock, which significantly changed the natural environment and threatened native species. But originally, the only land mammals that evolved there on their own were just those two small, flying bats. Number 11. Bungee jumping originated here. Lasts about a minute when spoken aloud. Bungee jumping, as we know it today, has its roots in ancient rituals, particularly those practiced by the people of Pentecost Island in Vanuatu, where young men would leap from tall wooden towers with vines tied to their ankles as a test of courage and passage into manhood. However, the modern, commercial form of bungee jumping was pioneered in New Zealand in the 1980s by A.J. Hackett. Drawing inspiration from those ancient traditions, Hackett, along with his partner Henry Van Ash, developed the first reliable and safe bungee jumping systems using industrial-grade elastic cords. In 1987, Hackett famously jumped off the Eiffel Tower in Paris, attracting global attention to the sport. Shortly afterward, he established the world's first commercial bungee site at the Kawarau Bridge near Queenstown, New Zealand. This bold and innovative move transformed bungee jumping into a global phenomenon and cemented New Zealand's reputation as a hub for adventure tourism. Number 12. Glowworm Caves. The Waitomo Caves located on New Zealand's North Island, are world-renowned for their extraordinary glowworm grotto, a natural underground wonder that draws visitors from all over the globe. Inside these limestone caves, thousands of tiny glowworms, scientifically known as Arachnocompa luminosa, emit a soft, bioluminescent light that transforms the cave ceilings into a mesmerizing, starry sky. These glowworms are unique to New Zealand and thrive in the damp, dark conditions of the cave system. Visitors can explore the grotto by boat, gliding silently through the darkness as the glowworms' blue-green light reflects off the water and cave walls, creating an almost otherworldly experience. The stillness of the cave and the gentle illumination give the impression of floating through a galaxy. Guided tours provide fascinating insights into the life cycle of the glowworms, the geology of the caves, and the cultural significance of the area to the local Mbori people. In addition to the glowworm grotto, the Waitomo cave system includes impressive stalactites and stalagmites formed over millions of years. Together, the geological features and the glowing display make this a truly magical destination, a rare natural phenomenon that leaves a lasting impression on all who visit. Number 13. Southernmost capital city, Wellington. The capital of New Zealand holds the unique distinction of being the southernmost capital city in the world. Located at the southwestern tip of New Zealand's North Island, it sits at approximately 41.3 degrees south latitude. This makes it farther south than other national capitals, including Canberra in Australia and Buenos Aires in Argentina. Despite its southern location, Wellington has a relatively mild climate due to the moderating influence of the surrounding ocean. The city is known for its stunning harbour, hilly landscape, and vibrant arts and cultural scene. As the political centre of New Zealand, it is home to the country's parliament and government offices. Its southern position also places it closer to the Antarctic region than any other national capital, underscoring its geographical significance on the global map. Number 14. High percentages of renewable energy. New Zealand stands out globally for its high reliance on renewable energy, with around 80 to 85% of its electricity generated from renewable sources. The backbone of this system is hydropower, which takes advantage of the country's mountainous terrain and abundant rainfall. Major hydroelectric stations, like those on the Waikato and Clutha rivers, provide a consistent and reliable supply of electricity. In addition, New Zealand taps into its geothermal resources, especially in the volcanically active central North Island. Geothermal power is a significant and stable contributor to the grid, supplying energy regardless of weather conditions. Wind and solar are also growing parts of the mix. This high percentage of renewables not only reduces greenhouse gas emissions, but also enhances energy security by lowering dependence on imported fossil fuels. New Zealand's success demonstrates how natural resources can be harnessed sustainably to meet modern energy demands. Number 15. Haka, a powerful cultural expression. Beyond the rugby field, the haka holds deep significance in Mbori culture. It is performed not only in times of war, but also during ceremonies, celebrations, and funerals to honor guests, show unity, or mark important occasions. Each haka carries its own meaning, with movements, chants, and facial expressions telling stories of heritage, pride, and identity. Far from being just a performance, it is a living expression of Mbori history and strength. Today, the haka is recognized globally as a symbol of New Zealand's cultural richness and the enduring spirit of its indigenous people. New Zealand stands out as a remarkable nation, defined by its breathtaking landscapes, rich indigenous Mbori culture, and strong democratic values. From the snow-capped Southern Alps to the vibrant cities like Auckland and Wellington, it offers a unique blend of natural beauty and modern innovation. Whether it's for its commitment to environmental sustainability, its progressive social policies, or its welcoming spirit, New Zealand continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. It is a country that not only honors its past, but also embraces a forward-looking vision for the future. Thanks